Hello students, in our previous video we have discussed about the applications of chemistry and all. Today we are going to discuss about the classification of matter. Okay, we classify matter based on the physical state. Okay, classification of matter based on physical state. We have studied this in your lower classes like in 8th or 9th or even in 10th standard. But today I am going to discuss only a few characteristics of solids, liquids and gases regarding the intermolecular force of attraction and all. Okay, the main characteristic of solid is they have definite shape and volume. Why do they have definite shape and volume? The reason is due to stronger intermolecular forces or due to stronger attractive forces, the particles of solid remain close to each other. See here, we have stronger attractive forces. Attractive forces are very strong. Attractive forces are very strong. Due to this, what happens? The particles here, particle refers to, in future you have to remember, here particle refers to atoms, ions or molecules. Ella nottige serthi ನಾವು particles ಅಂತ ಕರೀತೇವೆ. Here, in between the particles, very strong force of attraction is present, due to which each particle of the solid has a fixed position in the solid and they can oscillate about their main position. Apart from that, any other movement is not possible for the particles of solid. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಲ್ವಾ? See, particle ಗೆ ಒಂದು main position ಇರ್ತದೆ, fixed position ಇರ್ತದೆ. Okay, ಅದು ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಬೇರೆ ಯಾವ ಪೊಸಿಷನ್ಗೂ ಅದು ಮೂವ್ ಆಗ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗುವುದಿಲ್ಲ. So they can oscillate about their main position only. They have very less degrees of freedom. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ freedom ತುಂಬಾ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಇರ್ತದೆ. And see, they have definite shape and volume. Why do they have definite shape? Because I already told you. So these particles cannot move because of stronger attractive forces. Look at this. If this particle is ready to move, ಇದೇನಾದರೂ ಮೂವ್ ಆಗ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ರೆಡಿ ಇದ್ರೂ ಕೂಡ the particles which are closely associated with it, the particles which are behind it, they pull it back. Because of the stronger attractive forces, all the particles pull it back to its main position or to its original position. Understood? That's why they have definite shape and volume. The main thing is they have strong attractive forces. The second one is about liquids. So liquids, they have definite volume but no definite shape. They do not have definite shape because, see, in case of liquids, how these particles are arranged. In between the particles, the force of attraction is quite weak or weaker than that of solids. Okay. Due to this, these molecules have certain degrees of freedom and that can move about. Okay. So these particles can move from one place to another place. They have fluidity. They have fluidity. Why do they have fluidity? Because due to the weaker force of attractions, so this molecule can move from this place to this place, and molecules which are present behind it cannot apply that much of force that you can see in this case of solid. Here weaker force of attractions are present. So these molecules cannot pull it back. So they can flow and they have fluidity. Understood? They have fluidity. And why they attain the shape of container? They attain the shape of container because, see, in between the particles, see, you can see the distance. So interparticular distance is more, so they can be flexible. Okay, so they attain the shape of the container. In between the particles, enough space is present through which they can be flexible. Understood? Yes. This next one about gases. So gases do not have definite shape and volume. Again, the reason is the weaker attractive forces, and due to this, between the particles, a large gap is present. Okay, the intermolecular forces or attractive forces are very weak here. That's why again they have a property of fluidity. They can flow from one place to another place or they can diffuse very easily. Okay, ಇದಕ್ಕೆ diffusion ಅನ್ನುವಂತ property ಇರ್ತದೆ and these molecules are not binded. Okay, see, if you consider this molecule, so this is not binded to this one. It's ready to move. It's very free. It can move about in all the places. So they have a property of diffusion. They can diffuse from one place to another place very easily. Here we can call liquids and gases as fluids. Okay, you remember this. So three states of matter can be interconvertible. Okay, you can convert solid into liquid, liquid into gas by changing the temperature. And even you can convert gases into liquid, which is known as condensation, and liquid to solid. Okay, here let us see how to convert solid into liquid. It's very simple. You have to heat a solid. What happens when you heat a solid? When you heat a solid, the particles of that solid absorbs energy. So after absorbing energy, the kinetic energy or thermal energy of these molecules increases or these atoms increases. When you increase the temperature of this solid substance, okay, these molecules or particles, I already told you particle refers to what? Atoms or ions, or they may be the molecules. So these particles absorb energy. Due to the absorption of energy, the kinetic energy of those particles or thermal energy of those particles increases. So what is the thermal energy? This is the force or energy which keeps the molecules separate or which keeps the particles separate. Due to this thermal energy, these particles starts moving. The force of attraction decreases. When you increase the thermal energy, force of attraction decreases. So due to decrease in force of attraction, what happens? The distance between the particles increases. Slowly, this solid gets fluidity. Understood? Here what happens? When you increase the temperature, kinetic energy, the energy related to what? Movement of these molecules. Here we call it as thermal energy. Thermal energy always keeps the molecule away from each other. It keeps the molecules away from each other. Attractive molecules keeps the molecule together or particles together. What's the effect of temperature? Temperature decreases thermal energy. Sorry, increases thermal energy. Due to increase in thermal energy, attractive forces decreases. So when attractive force decreases, the distance between the particles increases, due to which fluidity increases and solid turns into liquid. Understood? Yes. When you further heat a solid, it turns into gas. Why? Again the same reason. What happens? Thermal energy of these vapors or liquid molecule further increases. Intermolecular force of attraction becomes negligible and intermolecular distance becomes maximum here. So that's why liquid turns into gas. Next, in reverse direction, gases can be converted into liquids. How do you convert? In order to convert gases into liquid, we have to bring these atoms or particles together. We have to decrease the thermal energy. How do you decrease the thermal energy? By decreasing the temperature. So when you decrease the temperature, thermal energy of these molecules or atoms also decreases. When thermal energy decreases, slowly the attractive force starts predominate over this thermal energy. When attractive force predominates, slowly gas becomes liquid. If you further decrease the temperature, you have to minimize the thermal energy. Okay, so at that case, attractive force must predominate over thermal energy. So at very low temperature, for some substances temperature must be normal or room temperature. At that case, what happens? Attractive force predominates at low temperature or at room temperature for some substances. Attractive force predominates over thermal energy and liquid turns into solid. Remember, two terms, one is thermal energy, second one is attractive force. So thermal energy always keeps the molecules away from each other and attractive force always keep the molecules together. Thermal energy directly proportional to temperature. When you increase the temperature, thermal energy increases. So when you decrease the temperature, thermal energy decreases and attractive force increases. Okay. So this is about the physical classification of matter based and the interconvertibility. Next, coming to the bulk classification based on irrespective of physical state. Okay, in bulk level, in chemical classification, this is also known as macroscopic level of classification. Macroscopic level of classification. We have two types of matter. In macroscopic level, we can classify matter into two types. In that first one, they are mixtures. Second one, they are pure substances. So what are mixtures? So mixtures are nothing but, what are mixtures? They contain more than two substances in them. ಹೆಸರೇ ಹೇಳ್ತದೆ mixtures ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ. So if any given substance has more than two components in it, ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಎರಡಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ components ಗಳಿದ್ರೆ ಅಥವಾ ಎರಡು components ಇದ್ರೆ, so that becomes a mixture. So example, salt solution, it's a mixture. Why? It contains both salt and water. It has two components. Okay, salt solution has two components, that's why it is a mixture. Air is also a mixture because it contains nitrogen, oxygen and traces of some other gases. Soil is also a mixture because again it contains more than two substances. This is about the mixtures. Next, what are pure substances? Name itself suggests. What are pure substances? They have only one type of component and even they have fixed composition. The composition of pure substance, it's not going to change from time to time. But ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, sugar solution ತಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, salt solution ತಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, you can change the composition by adding some amount of salt or some amount of sugar into it. But here, in case of pure substances, they have fixed composition. You cannot change the composition of such things. And even they have only one type of component in them. Example, gold. If you take gold, it's an element. It has only the atoms of gold. It cannot have the atoms of silver or atoms of sodium or anything. Even if you consider silver or oxygen, O2 gas, it's an oxygen molecule. So in oxygen gas, only O2 molecules are present or oxygen atoms are present. So it's not going to have any other gaseous atoms. Okay? So this is about mixtures and pure substances. So these mixtures are further classified into homogeneous mixture and heterogeneous mixtures. And pure substances, there are two types, elements and compounds. Okay? So this is about the further classification of mixtures and pure substances.